Well, folks, here we are. This is my Smith fig, and they started to ripen now. At the moment, you can see these. This is kind of like picture perfect fig. Got nice cracking skin and the dark sugar spots on it. And I want to come back to it because I'm just so impressed with it this year. In fact, I was very impressed with it last year, but more so this year. Just because it's ripening up so well. So just by way of comparison, this is another fig. This is a Chicago Hardy fig that I picked. And a lot of the figs at the moment are kind of coming out like this. So my Improved Celestes and Michurinska 10s and whatnot. So you can see that, you know, you have your red interior. It's not quite that syrupy, gelatinous texture that you might expect. Now that might be a lot better had that ripened up a month earlier. But we're coming into the end of August, so it's quite cool. But Smith, on the other hand, will always ripen like this. You'll always get this jammy interior texture, even right up until the end of September, which is great. Now, it does lose some sweetness and flavour by the end, or once you get into the cooler nights and that. But I have to say, I'm very, very impressed with this, particularly as well because a lot of the other figs at the moment are getting hampered by the excessive rain that we had. So we had some figs that have been splitting a lot, and I'm getting a lot of mold on my figs as well. I have some funny fungus thing here. So here we go. There's one that split for me. That's my long of August, which isn't great. I'll have to harvest that now. Smith, on the other hand, doesn't split at all, which is absolutely fantastic. And another great or another really good reason to grow it as well is that it's very productive now. It took a couple of years for this to get going, but it is absolutely rammed with figs. Practically every node has a fig, and it's a very, very, very vigorous grower. You do have to keep it in control if you haven't got the room like myself, but there's tons of figs in this, so I'm going to get a lot of figs off this year, which is spectacular. And yeah, it's just, in hindsight, I should have paid this a bit more attention. I should have planted it maybe down that way where it gets more sun and heat. But in fairness, that's probably more of a testimony to the variety itself, because I have it here in a spot at the back of the tunnel that does get a lot more shade and is that bit cooler. But yeah, a fantastic fig. And this is one of those figs that actually tastes like strawberry jam. But this is one of those figs that actually lives up to the hype, in my opinion. Now, granted, I am growing them in a polytunnel, so it does get a bit of a head start, but it is a very, very good fig, and I absolutely recommend it to anybody. Because I'd go for something like this, even if I'm ripened a little bit later. It's still much better than most figs. But yeah, there you go. That's my fig, or my Smith fig. And it's actually ripened up probably about 2 weeks earlier than last year, which is even better. Now, I put that down to maybe the tree being a bit older, and we had a very good spring. Although our July and most of our August was a complete and utter washout, so I don't know. But anyway, there you go. That's Smith fig.